For everyone out there, why don't you tell everyone what it's like living with Jason?
I think that's your cue.
Yeah, I know. I just don't even know where to start.
Just a quick rundown.
Super clean.
Here, I'll ask you this: what's the best and most annoying thing that can come to your head right now?
Ooh, that's a good one.
The best thing about living with Jason?
The best.
With me, besides the sex.
Sexy Batman got it going on.
I would say the best thing about living with Jason is that we get to raise our girls together.
Ooh.
There are a few things as attractive as seeing your husband like be a father.
So the real sexy Batman is sexy dad.
Hey.
All right. Sexy dad man.
Sure.
What's the most annoying thing?
Yeah.
His lack of volume control.
Ooh, yeah.
What?
There are tiny humans living in this house, and he is.
I don't help this whenever I'm there.
I'll say 1% of the time, he is responsible for whatever unfolds after he wakes up a child or disturbs a child.
It's just that you're responsible.
And so he will walk through the house in his flip-flops, putting his heels through the steps. He'll walk into his closet and snuff his nose. He's just noisy. He's a noisy human. And it often wakes up children.
Human is kind, really.
He's a noisy creature. And he often wakes up children. And when he does, he is not responsible for them. So if he could just turn the volume down a little bit sometimes.
Let's just talk about the NFL schedule. Like, are the hours as insane as people make it out to be, coming from a significant other's point of view?
I mean, when he was debating retirement this past year, I did say to him, depending on what you choose to do afterwards, playing another year, at the very least, I would know your schedule. So at this point, we've been together quite a few years, and we've sort of figured out what works for us. And I would say that the schedule, specifically for a player, because I know that some of the other people in the building don't quite get to go home as frequently.
Right.
Got a lot of coaches.
Yes. But I get to see him a fair amount, enough that...
A fair amount. I get to see him enough. No, I think it's hard because I feel like in season, it's a lot. You know, you only get Tuesdays off, and then if it's an away game, you're gone all weekend. But I think out of season, get a lot of time.
Yeah.
Like a lot of time with the family. So
it also, like, he's figured out what works for him. So he is off on Tuesdays, depending on what he's feeling like during the season. He might pop in for treatment in the morning. And then Fridays is a fairly short day, but he'll stay and get a haircut from Lib and then get a massage. And so he's home later in the afternoon that day. And so we just have sort of, I mean, he works the schedule, what works, like how it works for him. And I feel like in 13 years, he's worked out the kinks. So we're here whenever he comes home. We'll see him when we see him, I guess.
How is it post game? You talk about versus the wins and the losses. Immediately
post game, I joke around that he has to perfectly coif his beard. And that's what takes him so long. He is consistently the last person out of the locker room. And for the life of me,
he's been that way.
He is the king dilly-dallier.
I would just like to say that it's not because I'm quaffing my beard. I just want to make that clear.
It's because he's on his phone.
No, I just take a while to get undressed. And I got a lot of tape, and the media people always ask me questions.
He's so cool. I cannot tell you how many times I've been waiting in the family room and they'll turn the lights up. Like the mood lighting turns off, the lights go up, and the people in there will be like, "Excuse me." And I'll be like, "I guess I'll stand outside." He's not here yet.
That's been Jason's MO his entire life. Is he's always the last one out.
Has it?
1000%.
What else have I been the last one out for?
For every football game you've ever played, you've always been notoriously the last one out.
I will say over the years, I've come to realize that since childhood, there has not been much of a transformation.
No, I'm still
with Jason because like that, knowing that he's always been the last and still is consistently the last. And then when I talked to your mom about him forgetting things, and she said, well, don't be worried because he's been that way since he was little. I used to leave his lunch and his homework right next to each other on the dining room table. And I would get a call after he left for school and he would say, I got my homework, but I forgot my lunch. And she was like, they were right next to each other. So I've told a few stories to your mom about him trying to find stuff. And the one time he asked where something was, I said it was the dining room table. I came down into the kitchen and he was looking on the kitchen island. So it provides some clarity that he has not changed. Not one bit.
I have nothing further to add.